rush is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Now a play fake. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Throwing, Jones. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough. Body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now Jones. And one more time, that's Watkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and the Buccaneers are going to get the football back at their own 17. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And now a jet sweep. This is Evans with it. Evans has got the 1st down and then some. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Brady. That is caught inside the 5. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him playing very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
They go play action here on 1st down.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Rashard Robinson with a pick. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Brady's throw on target to Godwin here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On play action, it's Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st down, Brady dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Brady again. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Leonard Fournette in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Buccaneers 14, Colts nothing. Ryan Succop to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A final shot before break. Jones going deep here for Watkins. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll buy some time right. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
7 yards the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Colts 12-yard line.
Fournette running right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, it's Fournette. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 21-0.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 40.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. A disappointing end to that drive, making it to the red zone, but they'll again, CD, wind up with nothing.
And nothing, that's been the key word because they've had drives throughout that have finished off with nothing. Can't finish off a drive to save their lives in this game. And this one winds up again, giving them, dare I say it, nothing.
42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. His throw incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll try and run for it with Vaughn.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll go for it. It's Brady. That's to his running back, complete. Oh, able to avoid him. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And the defense bit hard there. They were thinking run all the way, play fake, working to perfection on fourth down.
And it was able to work because of the down and distance situation. Fourth and short, you've got to respect the run. You show a little play action. Oftentimes you find people open for what you need, and that's exactly what they got done there.
Brady now on first down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
To throw, it's Brady.
And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rob Gronkowski, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bucs are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 28-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing Jones. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And the Bucs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Darius Leonard blew that play up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Now Jones. Steps away to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got...
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Brady to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Jones now throwing on 1st down. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the